Show and the Oddball Foundation is dedicated to mental health advocacy through art.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oddball Show features content intended for mature audiences. If you'd like to view a content warning before listening, please check out the episode description. The views put forth by our hosts and our guest reflect the speaker's opinions and not the official stance of Oddball Foundation. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Wright and Chad Prenso, and welcome to Oddball Show. How's everybody doing today?
And you're just going to decide to use a Chris Penn quote out of the blue for no reason until it has no more meaning week after week?
You're just going to
tell us what really happened and why we're starting a half hour or 45 minutes late.
You're just going to decide?
Why don't you tell us what really happened?
You got to spit on the mic, Mike. Yeah, you don't put a gun in my dad. You know, if I had a quarter, how many times have I had to say that in my life? I would have exactly no quarters.
Exactly.
This is brought to you by Ghost Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, that was kind of cool.
Breezy, easy breezy, cover Dr. Pepper.
Welcome to people who are one person who's not a bot listening to this.
Thank you, bots. Thank you for your.
This is the Oddball Show, the week segment, the week that was. Jason Wright is your captain. I am your first mate and molested cabin boy, Chad Parento. We are.
Cabin boy. All right.
I haven't seen the sketch yet, but there's apparently I used to have a coworker at.
Have you seen that show? That show is awful. But go ahead.
Well, I'm talking about the classic SNL with John Belushi.
Okay.
I used to work with someone at Milano's Italian Kitchen, later Legal Seafood. He used to have a line. He quoted a line from John Belushi, who was playing a pirate in a sketch, and he comes out of like his quarters and he goes, "Bring me another bus. Bring me another cabin boy. This one's split."
Oh God!
I used to say bus boy instead of cabin boy instead, just for the. But I've never seen the sketch. I'm gonna have to see it now. It's probably even more inappropriate than we envisioned it to be.
Yeah, probably, definitely.
Bring me another cabin boy. This one's split. Yes, sir. But yes. This is
a pleasure seeking robot.
What's that?
Robot though. There's a South Park episode where Cartman is you ever watch South Park? Cartman is dressed as a robot, and he's like Adam. He's given the executives ideas for shows, and he's like, Adam Sandler is a man, and he has a golden retriever, and they fall in love, and they go, perfect, we'll call it puppy love. Anyway, you kind of have to see more of it. He goes, Adam Sandler is a carrot, and yeah, perfect, we'll call it.
Well, you're talking about Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Yeah. Rob Schneider is a carrot. Yeah.
I saw that segment.
You haven't seen him until you've seen him as a carrot.
He's Jason Wright. I'm Chad Parento. We both have ADHD, undiagnosed or otherwise.
Or worse.
And we also run the ship called Oddball Magazine. And we publish a record 5 days a week, record for us.
Yeah.
And filled with poetry, photography, artwork, occasional themes, occasional political pieces. And we're going to tell you what happened last week, and hopefully that lets you read the magazine. It worked on Jason. So we are going to...
Good one. That is true. It's been autopilot for many moons. What else? Movember, Chad. Not Homer Simpson. Not like
And Movember is where you grow a mustache.
you grow a mustache, a curly mustache, or a beard, or beard people just like I'm just gonna keep on growing my beard for Movember.
Oh God, no!
We had 4 people at one point. That was a highlight of the day until I mentioned Movember. And it's the last time. Remember the other day we had like 3 people, and then I mentioned John Goodman.
Yeah, let's keep going, and let's not mention porn. Growing porn stashes. And having to shave them off, either before the cops come or just because November ended.
Oh, God.
I know one person who's unofficially. I don't think he's even doing it for November. I think he's just doing it for the hell of it. And I'm just like, oh, dude, you're gonna need a white van with that stash.
Only when you make the stash, it's like, come on, man. Just grow the whole thing. Just let it go. If you got large eyebrows, just let it go. Just let it grow.
Just go full pedo beard, and we can go with that.
Full Forrest Gump for the month of November, running on empty.
Good Lord. Right.
So you are in hell, and I'm in a graveyard. Should we?
I'm mostly here because it's just warmer than my regular house. It's.
And I'm in the graveyard because it's quieter than my regular house.
There you go. See,
It makes sense. And who is that behind you, Chad?
I don't know. Hey, let's just say I can make friends anywhere I go. Okay, I can make friends in political dealings. Yeah,
about me.
I'm okay, Etrigan. I can deal with this. All right, let's before we lose before we have a -3 viewers.
Yeah,
let us go to.
We're running on empty and we're running good. So the 3 listeners are listening. I mentioned John Goodman the other day, and then 3 people dropped off. People don't want to hear about John Goodman.
And we started 45 minutes late, so we're really on a roll. So let's get to the.
That guy behind you is creepy, Chad.
Hey, I know where I am. I know who's behind me. I'm not afraid. I don't turn my back on people I'm afraid of. I'm fine. Yeah. He's good.
Is you still talking with me, Chad? All right, we lost a listener, but we're gonna keep on going. All right. Really big show.
So let's go to our last week's Oddball, and we hope you check out oddballmagazine.com and check out the array of characters, our cast of characters, our cast of creators, the first people we deal with. Some people have the Sunday comics.
Yeah.
I work all day Sunday, so we have the Monday comics. We have local cartoonists. For those of you who are wondering what local means to us, well, it can mean Ohio and Boston at the same time. We're a Boston-based organization, but a lot of the creators that we implement for our regular segments come from the Boston area still. One such person is Jeffrey Fallon, who is the creator and cartoonist and artist behind The Secrets of Skinny People.
I was just writing your address so people know how to use this thing, but say you've already subscribed to the magazine, and we're back.
Yes, definitely.
Because So, all right. So we're going to go back real quick. If you haven't been to the website, I got to plug real quick this event that's happening on November 8th.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to plug it real quick. The first annual Gobble Wobble Free Throw Fest at the Qualtis Middle School on November 18th from 10 to 2 p.m. Free food, fun art, silent auction, advocacy, and more. $10 to enter the contest. It is free admission for everyone. There will be middle school and high school contests and an adult contest where you can win a turkey dinner. Also, we'll be spinning the hits of the 70s and the 80s with DJ Nick, and it's going to be a really great event. Really
Why that specific era? I'm curious.
Oh, because that's Nick's forte, man. Nick's gonna play like love albums. Nick's gonna play like Tedeschi, Trucks, Martin, and Wood. He doesn't care.
Come on. If we're hunting turkeys, we need to amp it up to.
He's gonna play Bachman Turner Overdrive. He's gonna get into it. He's gonna get into Arlo Guthrie territory. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna let him go.
I can find footage of turkeys in Jamaica Plain because they walk the streets freely, and we can have while people are hunting for their birds, or literally, not literally but figuratively, we can put on what could we put on? Outcast. I'm not the one who's so far away. You know, like it would have some suspense.
Definitely not Outcast. That is definitely not an Outcast song. That is absolutely a Godsmack song.
Godsmack. Thank you.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing, Chad. Thank you for playing. Hey, can I hear Godsmack saying Miss Jackson? Hello, I'm Miss Jackson.
Screw you. Wait till 8 years from now when you say Nas, you know, instead of Nas. And let's see how
I love that Nas and that Biggie and the Tupac Shakur. It's relevant. This is still relevant. The other day, today I picked up a penny that said 2022 and I nearly just died right there. It was like, holy shit. 2022, we are there. And I lost another.
My textbook said Texas, the largest of the 49 states.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. This is what you get when you go into business for yourself. Go to the Gobble Wobble if you're anywhere in Massachusetts, Mansfield, and for the rest of you, let's get back to where.
Yep, and also nonprofits. If you are coming and you want to come down, come for free. So send an email to team@oddballfoundation.org or message Chad on Facebook because he would love that. Just every nonprofit in Massachusetts, please message Chad.
Thank you very much.
All right, but seriously, if you're a nonprofit and you want to come down to this event, please come down. First annual Gobble Wobble Free Throw Fest. Now let's get on with the show.
Okay, having gotten done with the Gobble Wobble, exit this graphic and turn it back on the Secrets of Skinny People.
Moving on. What is the robot up to today?
There is no robot this week. It's the female character and the disembodied voice.
All right, so we wait. Technically, we didn't read Poem by Terry Rose Jurtson, so we probably that was Friday. Well, was that Friday? No, we did read that. We did read that, didn't we? Did we? No. I think by the end of Bruce Wise, we were all ready to eat a turkey sandwich.
All right, well, let's have you read this one, and I'm going to go make a turkey sandwich.
All right.
Actually, I need to grab a drink and turn off the lights.
Hey, is it really supposed to be October? That's not right? That's a mistake, right? That's got to be a mistake.
No, that's actually correct.
Okay, all right.
Because the premise. Yeah, thanks for calling me out, dirtbag. That's very considerate of you.
31 Tales of October.
Thank you for being diligent in your. In your overseeing editing duties, like
it can be 31 Tales of Fuck You, Jason Wright, Oddball Magazine.
Hey, Chad, can you wear this saddle on your back? Yeah, why does it say blame on it? Oh, don't worry, you're fine. Just to give you a premise of the piece, it's basically it's basically a poem that was comprised of a 2-sentence fiction exercise. Hence the October title.
All right, let's get it with some.
Now I'm gonna go make that sandwich.
Let's get it with some scary Halloween music with this one. Okay, here we go.
Okay, thank you. Go.
It's gonna be great.
That's gonna be great. Are you gonna read this?
Yeah, no, I am. I just want to give the music its due. 31 Tales of October. Really big shoe. Number 1. Crystal shards reaching downward, hanging in the haunted caverns of my mind, trying to rip my soul, but I stand on guard with a spirited sword ready to decapitate the devil. A fallen angel is waiting for me to slip up. 2. An American Horror Story man covered in a rubber suit was chasing me through my murder house. Me screaming, I stupidly set myself up to be his next victim. 3. Vicarious veiny vessels vacillated voraciously. This guy's great. Voraciously, venomous vampires, victims vanished. All right, this guy's great. Knots in my stomach tighten as your boa constrictor words squeeze really hard around my throat. Gasping for air, I try to scream as you choke out any chance of freedom. The raven knows what you did last summer and crows repeatedly into your phone in the middle of the night when you're all alone. Caca, caca, caca. What does the raven know? The raven knows where the bodies are hidden and perches on the stone of silence waiting for you. 7. Spirit of the Holy Trinity who resides in me. Come rescue me from these doldrums of conformity and assist aligning me with oh my God. Hey, I always feel like somebody's watching me. X-ray vision, eyes peer through walls, through cut-out holes in Dorian Gray faces. Take over, man. This is too good.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, because
you
you were on 8, correct? Yes.
Yeah, I'll go 9. You go 2, 3, 10. 9. The dragonfly innocently buzzed around me on a secret mission to get a blood meal for his
Here, I'll start. The dragonfly innocently buzzed around me on a secret mission to get a blood meal for its progeny. I was not a fan after I became its latest victim of a bite that caused a wound with blinding effects that forced me to seek relief in a watery sanctuary. That time, when he said, "Hold still," eyeing each other suspiciously, we were naked, combined, and motionless, tidal wave approaching, unbeknownst only to me, due to appropriate G-spot pressure. Releasing a volcanic, earth-shattering eruption, bringing confusing emotions. Afterwards, he slowly withdrew, knowing that it would be the first and last and for best time. 11. Soured, covered gummy bears on my tongue burned my taste buds into submission. Shoving more into my mouth, looking for that original sensation, I realized I could no longer detect the difference between sweet and sour. 12. Looking for ways to stay awake in the late hours, bogged down with assignments, I stumbled upon a program that instructed me to stare at the visual content while eerie New Age music hummed in the background. When I tried to adjust my vision afterwards, imagine the horror when I realized I could see only blackness, and my eyes were stuck open.
Oh, man. All right, go ahead.
Sitting in the car, eating sandwiches, he looked up and started laughing and pointing to the building across the street, telling me to look at that guy jumping off the roof. When I looked, I saw no one.
14. The room was so thickly painted with darkness as I moved through the velvety blackness. Suddenly appearing on the wall above was a sign that read, "Do you fear death?" Check the box, yes or no.
Gallows humor definitely hits Jason's G-spot. 15. 20,000 leagues under the sea. A scary helmet is following me. Octopus tentacles wrapping around my neck, choking the life out of misery.
How do I navigate these murky waters of life? When justice hands me a broken compass, accepting the unacceptable has been force-fed down our collective throats.
No need to drug test one of us, at least. 17. A black and white world collided with my creation of gray, still trying to make peace with the pieces.
That was a serious one. When the moon is full of shadows, Bump trying to catch glimpses of werewolves howling. Teeth are sharpened on bones glistening with blood droplets, relentlessly searching for the next victim.
19. Mrs. Frankenstein was having a surprise party for the mister. He was not kept in the new sloop.
Oh, good one. 20. In the cornfield of children's eyes sprouted from ears. Run away from here!
He was the opposite of me. No soft and fuzzy sentiments here. Just bloodshot eyes and long black fingernails scraping off my last bit of innocence.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That one last one was brought to you by Tinder. Go on.
22. Open, close. Your motor mouth needs to cease. I will duct tape explosives to your MacGyver teeth.
23. The drip of red liquid leaking from the intended hole that you air punched into me. When you raged against your inner demons is still here. Forever has been transfigured for your deranged vision.
24. If the dinosaur knew that their extinction would fossil fuel the fire of climate change, would they feel vindicated? Oh, the irony of humanity.
25. After 25 days of jarring, my abnormal brain went splat when Igor shattered the glass on the floor, pickled juices nevermore vibrating to the sound of a knock at my door.
Oh my God. 26. I put a call into the universe and made my request known. Overhearing heavy breathing on the other end, the intruder disconnected the phone.
27. Sparks flew when we locked onto each other's eyes, ready to get close in the dark quiet of the night. A distant sound increasing in crescendo, a chainsaw rumbling approaches.
28. Rice Krispie tricks the green-eyed monster children into not eating all the candy. Crispy fall leaves crunching under their feet alerts the Wicked Witch of their presence.
29. Orange Pumpkin Patch, home of the scarecrow who got loose and ran away to play, leaving the birds to ravage the field. Only squash, rotten flesh worms yield.
30. The slither at my chamber door will come again nevermore after the shovel met its sneaky head. Thankfully, it is forevermore dead.
31. I would happily conclude this pandemic challenge of social distancing and mask wearing when the benefits outweigh the risk. Wash those germs and wash those germ-infested hands.
Chad, can we please give a round of applause to Terry Rose Jurtson?
Read the bio.
Terry Rose Jurtson is she's a peer recovery specialist. Are you kidding me? Terry Rose Jurtson is a yoga enthusiast, fledgling world traveler, wife, mother, and peer recovery specialist who moonlights as a virtual karaoke host and author. Her first solo poetry book, The Chameleon Chronicle Words Never Spoken, is available from Read or Green Books. This piece was a summation of a 31-day 2-sentence horror story challenge last year. And let's check out her website. Awesome. All right. It didn't work. Okay, now we're screwed. All right, and we're back. Okay, hold on. Oh, boy. All right, hold on. It's just not loading. Anyway, Terry Pearson is a yoga enthusiast, and that was one of the most amazing pieces I think I've ever read. And also a peer recovery specialist, so we got to give that flowers. So, incredible, just an incredible piece. Well, let's move on. I don't know if that was that the funniest thing you read that week, because I think that was hilarious.
It was definitely the liveliest piece I've ever read. It was
just so funny. It was just so funny to me because it's so absurd, and it went really just perfectly well with the music. And it's just so lighthearted and funny that I really liked it. So let's get into the secrets of skinny people. Chad,
are you sure we don't have 7 more things to plug?
Nothing to plug. To plug. All right, let's go on with...
Having Riri disposed of the unnecessary stuff, enter our hero into the secrets of skinny people.
Uh-oh.
I play the disembodied voice. You play the female character.
All right.
And for those of you who don't know, the secrets of skinny people, well, it's basically been about one man, one woman, not named in the comic at all.
Not named. Yep.
Not named, and a robot named Random Robot because they had to name something. Otherwise, it would have been very much confusing.
Mm-hmm.
The Random Robot tried most of the holiday season last year to kill the characters from Secrets of Skinny People, only to find despair and basically kill himself. And he got transferred to the AI verse where he was going to be erased. The 2 characters, through hijinks, managed to get out and save Random Robot's essence for the moment. They wrote an episode in ChatGPT, which created the new breakout character, Dr. Lucas, who then took Random Robot and the male character off in their own mini adventure, leaving the female character by herself and the disembodied voice who offered to help them. So now,
all right.
So now we have the disembodied voice versus the last character to not wander off with Dr. Lucas.
With Dr. Lucas. Okay, here we go. Has anyone ever told you your AI verse trademark is stupid?
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's just empty space. Like, who does that?
I created the space so there would be no boundaries for intellectual thought.
Lame.
Now look here.
I've been to the Absurd verse, and at least they have like portals and floaty things.
Floaty things.
I mean, look at this place. You couldn't spring for a gateway or an obelisk, maybe a tower with a giant eyeball on top. I mean, there's not even a ferryman.
What need would I have for a ferryman?
Are you crazy? Do you know how much cooler this place would be with a top-notch ferryman? I mean, it would.
What? Oh, what? I'm the bad guy. She was awful. Ferryman, give me a break.
No way. No way.
You haven't seen today's episode.
Nope. I try and
Yeah.
keep it cool.
Well, all I'm saying is that this was the most jarring moment. It's been taken down a notch, but it's also paid with the recent entry this Monday on November 6th. But it's still, the story's still going on. We don't know what's going to happen to anyone. So keep watching the story. The most recent Skinny People dropped this Monday, as it normally does.
Phenomenal.
Every normal week. So we're looking forward to more adventures.
Phenomenal. So let's give Jeffrey his tulips here. Jeffrey Fallon. I draw on found objects, bills, takeout containers, cardboard, grocery store adverts, old notebooks. I generally throw them out when I'm done because they serve their purpose. One time I put a bunch of my journals on the street to be recycled, and somebody took them. That made me very happy.
That bio may need to be updated, because the last time when he submitted that, he was still sending us scanned copies of found objects.
Not only that, he also passed. I believe there was some stuff on egg cartons and stuff. Like he's really come up.
At least one styrofoam container, which is the basis of his banner above. But more importantly, he's now working on tablets on a regular basis, and this is turning out to be the biggest story of his tenure as a cartoonist at Oddball.
Have you talked to Jeffrey lately? Because he's an incredible guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
I've only done correspondences with him, just sharing certain things, and it was kind of hilarious with the with this when this week came out. I was kind of like, wait, what? I don't remember if I said that to him, but let me check.
So will you send him a message and say, I'm just really appreciative of your work here and all that stuff?
But I remember when I basically I basically posted his strip to Facebook, and my only reaction was, wait, what? And then that's when he answered on Facebook, on Twitter, or X, the site formerly known as Twitter. Yeah, I said, wait, what? And then he retweeted me saying, Loki's last episode cliffhanger. Oh my God! Secrets of Skinny People. Hold our beer.
Hold our beer. Exactly. Yeah, that was real. That was some real stuff that happened in that episode.
So
that is a cliffhanger. That is a season-ending cliffhanger right there.
I think the season's still ongoing, but who the hell knows at this point? I don't know how you divide it. Well, I have a theory as to how you divide some of the seasons. I didn't even know he was technically doing seasons until he mentioned this season, the season finale, which was, I believe, the robot hanging himself or shutting down or something.
Shutting down, yeah. These are good. I mean, this is really good stuff. I hope he compiles this stuff, because this is really good stuff. All right, She Who Laughs Last. Happy Almost Halloween.
Yes, and I think this is a one-panel deal.
Count Cluckula.
Because why? Because why not?
Because why not? Because it's Oddball magazine, and if you're a cartoonist,
yes,
have at it. Like, come on,
have at. I like that. Have at it. Yes, and of course, Ann Scove is down in her hometown of Cincinnati. She's a contributor to Street Vibes and Article 25, which we will share at some point.
We will find them.
Frequent contributor to Funny Times Belt Magazine, raised in both based in Northern Ohio, and she has more stuff coming for us. She had a really good one, which was more of an autobiographical fare for this week, which we're not going to show, but you'll enjoy reading it if you go to oddballmagazine.com. That's right. We should be promoting the magazine and not doing Chris Penn quotes. But anyway,
you think you can just come out of the blue?
I didn't quote it. Let's go. Let's move on.
All right, oddballmagazine.com. Hey, I really went interesting with the horrorthon things this year, and This is a like a.
Oh yeah, your banners. Good job.
Oh, thank you. This is like a Dracula, but like if he was like a TV, like you know what I mean.
Or a flasher outside school. One of the two.
Okay, it's like a staticky flasher Dracula. That's what I was going for. It's a
I
good.
cannot
band.
enter uninvited or be less than 51 feet away from a schoolyard.
Oh, horrorthon. All right, what
I'm
the
Vlad
horror?
the Flasher. Yes.
All right, comic spotlight. Brian Judge. Oh, it's a Halloween one. Go for it.
Am I doing this one? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Barely Anything, which is a regular strip of his. Cool costume, Mummy Bear. Where'd you get it? I tripped over a roll of toilet paper. Da, 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 da. Sometimes you need the 4 strips rhythm.
No, sometimes you need. Yeah.
Yes.
He could have said, "I got ran over by a train."
How the train feel? But
Brian Judge has been published. Brian Judge has been published throughout the indie comic scene and also runs a community of independent artists. He also acts as an editor of One and Only Comics. Should we dare check out One and Only Comics? There it is, One and Only Comics. Look,
and I decided to go all out with the comics because we actually had 2
this
servings
guy has a
of,
better website than I do, and than we do. He's got a
Yeah,
great
I
website. Look at his website; it's great. Look,
Oh, yeah,
at
it's really good.
anything. So yeah, check these out. Are these all just people he knows and stuff?
I think so. It's probably a local community. So yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, check out this community of cool comic books. They look
Brian,
like
call us if you want a job that doesn't pay. You can
Yeah,
look
right.
at work
if you want to volunteer for the rest of your life, you know. your Yoda Grunts cassette tape.
You said it, not me. Okay,
Yeah.
let's oh boy.
I know. Yoda Grunts cassette tape. Yeah, all right, ready?
I am ready.
All right. You are in hell, I am dead. Okay, moving on.
Wow, harsh. I know I'm in hell, but that's not nice.
Well, I just said I was dead, so you're in hell and I am in debt. All right. I'm in debt too. Dead and debt. All right.
There
All right,
we go.
moving on. Okay, this one was cool too. I was going with like an alien tombstone vibe.
Yes.
Thoughts on that?
It was like alien. Oh god.
Like an alien tomb. Like the aliens exist and they're dead in graveyards. Because why not?
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the comic. Yes, aliens in graveyards because why the hell not?
Why not? No,
Because they're the only parts of humanity they're willing to get near. You know, anything else, it's anything else they cross dimensionally and vibrational patterns that are only visible to themselves. So
okay, I'll do this one. Oh wait, Biden pandemic over. Thank God it's over. Yes, for you. All right, let's do it over. Biden
Props to
pandemic
Haas.
over. Thank God it's over.
Yes, for you.
Oh Jesus, that's dark. John Taylor Haas is a cartoonist in Hebron, Maryland. He lives with his wife, daughter, and son. Woo, woo.
For a moment, I thought you were going to do the death in the funny voice. Yes, for you. Yeah, like, no, it's funny.
And now we're dying. Hey.
Exactly.
All right. Hasten death, joyful. All right. Oh wait. All right. What is this one? This is interesting. Did you take this picture?
No, that is photography by Julian Powers,
Ah,
niece of the late famous Jack Powers, founder of Stone Soup Poetry.
you're joking. Are you serious?
Not kidding at all.
Wow. Congratulations. Wow.
She's
Wow.
a poet and an accomplished photographer, and this is one of her recent contributions. I'm hoping to get her back on Stone Soup as a reader again, but she's
Is she a fan of Oddball?
What's that?
Is she a fan of Oddball?
She's contributed to Oddball twice.
I just can't believe that is Jack Powers' relation there. That's amazing. Julian Powers. Who knew? All right. Poem by Kristen Stegman. Educating my son about ruin as I run through the haunted house of my life. I probably won't laugh at this one. Before I run, my son, you are my son, but once you're on the page, you are just a son. Now, reality is a medicinal poem, and for some, that means it is a poem entitled Killing the Secret Welfare Queens. Women must remember they are half magic and half an attack on attachment. Here I am now inside a poem named Highways of Articulation. The crepe myrtle stretches its fine funerary fingers all the way through 100 Octobers. Poetry increases my heart rate more than my ring finger wrapped in honeysuckle or my wedding dress made from my grandmother's lilacs. But in this dream, I married Anne Carson and we divorced because I found out she was a splendid figment of my father's alcoholism. This is the part where I fall apart inside the Polish history of my declensions. You should believe in yourself when you know how first-class bad things are. And it goes on. Chad, you want to read it or yeah?
How about we leave it? How about we leave it for that?
All right.
And we have people read it. Let's give a few teasers. We don't want to just be readers for the blind or the lazy. You know what I mean?
That was really good, though. What did you think of that one, Chad?
I thought this was really good, and I thought, Chrissy Stegman's another one who understood the assignment of different takes on horror.
Yeah.
Incidentally, she's a Baltimore, Maryland writer. Another Baltimore, Maryland person contributing from Oddball. The other one is Jackie Oldham.
Yep.
Her work has been featured in various journals, most recently Rejection Letters and Gone Lawn. Her work is forthcoming in Gargo Magazine and Anti-Heroin Cheek. I think she has a collection coming out from Alien Buddha, but I'm not sure. But
wow.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That was really great. So let's move on with horrorthon. This was
this was on a Tuesday.
This was on a Tuesday, and I said, I would like to find the Rolling Stones as zombies, and there they are. That's Mick Jagger on the right, and that's Keith Richards on the left, because it's horrorthon. Keith, Keith. Keith. All right.
I'm up.
All right, Chad. Poem by Sue Reckenthaler.
All right, 1 second. I just gotta get it blown up so I can read it. I thought this was a good. For some reason, I thought this was a good pairing for the for the art piece.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Here we go. Darkness beyond the light. Silken voice whispers in my ear, soundless, scentless. Until then, I would recognize his voice anywhere, anytime.
Go ahead, Chad.
Old lip, brush across the cheek.
Oh, what
a slow turn. With a slow turn, we are face to face. He looks exactly as he has for decades. Dark, tall, velvet suit. High white collar framing that alabaster throat. He is like a rumor that comes back around, believed in but never proven with any certainty.
And it goes on, right?
Yes, and you can get the no spoilers. Definitely, this is more of a poemist story. And Sue Reckenthaler describes herself as social activist, organic vegetable farmer, and crone.
That is the way to do it, just put it out there,
This is a nice kickoff, and of course now next we kind of take a diversion to get the 500th Jagged Thought. How's 501 doing?
So 501, I was thinking what we could do is my performance from the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Would that be a good 501?
Oh, but you already did that.
Yeah, but that's like an actual
that poem's been published.
Yeah, but it's.
I can see doing that. I can see doing that as a special, but we should really try something. You should really try and write something about that. And for those of us who are missing a few chapters, there was an amazing performance at the Gardner Museum, which is located in Boston. It's kind of like the baby sister, more esteemed, classier sister of the Boston Museum of Fine Arts. And Jason was one of a few performers for what I believe is the first ever performance of show Luna DeFleur hosted called Bohemian. What is it? Oh yes, Bohemian Botanica, which is an evening of arts and music this past Thursday at the Isabel Stewart Gardner Museum, right in the Flower Garden area, which is a beautiful site. And Luna DeFleur was also known better as, at least to us, as Liza Sellers, also known as Liza Zayas, who was a past contributor with the Underground Garden at Oddball magazine
for 5 years. For 5 years.
Yes,
right.
And Jason was one of the closing poets from that event. He was the closing poet. Now that I think about it.
I mean, I was with Tim Hall and
Tim Hall accompanying with music. We do have video that I'm going to bring out, but he did before that was publish his 500th Jagged-Thought poem column at Oddball magazine,
Yep.
and I thought this was a good choice.
Really big show.
It was kind of up to me to figure out what would be necessarily wouldn't have to be a Halloween themed one, but what would kind of fit with the poem sandwiched in. So you can take it away, Jason.
All right, thank you, sir. Jagged-Thought 500. You are the love. In words, I miss you more than you can know. You were the one I loved so long ago. Found something in the science, something in the snow. Left me long time ago. You were something of a stranger, like a dancer on death row. Wore your heart on your sleeve. You wore a heart and halo. You're the one I miss today. You are never gone. You are the love that left me long ago.
Ba-dum-bum. It was a good follow up to the poem previous.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. But for that poem, it meant something to me in many different ways. Probably past people that were friends of mine that I lost, either like dead or like just lost contact with.
Yes.
Like, Lost in the Snow is a reference to either, it could have been like Lost in the Snow or Lost in the Snow. So either way you look at it, like losing contact with people. So I don't know. That's what that poem was. And I think that, the 501st poem, Chad, what should I write?
How about your reactions to that amazing set that you did the same week you did the 500th poem?
Oh, well, thank you.
I
can
know.
do that.
I know.
I should do that. Did you like the poems that I read before that were a little bit more like I just written them?
They were a little aggressive in comparison to the elevator one, but
yeah, they were a little aggressive.
You didn't go full shroot.
I basically said I didn't trust anyone in the audience, and they shouldn't trust me. And they said I need to learn to trust you. And
those are the wacky antics that poets sometimes say.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I did at that show. But it was a good show, and so we will try and I guess I'll get something. We really don't have anything for my 501st poem.
Well, I have stuff. I just didn't know if
I'm
you
going to
wanted
write
to do
something
something special.
Okay, I will. I will write it in between the time Emerson wakes up and I go to work. So we shall see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be a masterpiece.
Right. You can write a little tonight.
I can write a little tonight. Yeah, I can. All right. Ode to Chad. All right.
Oh, shut up. No, get off this. Don't go meta. Don't go
meta. Oh, that was really funny though. That was a really, really funny season. Just a good episode of hey Chad, let me just bounce this idea off of you. What do you think?
Oh no. I'm terrified already.
This is my idea. Instead of like editing podcasts, I just put the restreams on. I touch them up a little bit, and I put the restreams on the podcast instead of, because these restreams they just go on our YouTube and Oddball magazine.
So they haven't been going to iTunes at all.
Nope. So I released one podcast the other day. It took me a while. I released Howard Trackman's podcast, where we talked about getting him a kidney. Next, I'm going to do Sage Francis, and then I guess I'm just going to do a shit ton of the week that was. And then, I don't know. They seem pretty podcast ready, right? Do you care that if you touch the mic or something that we have to edit it out? Because like those are the kind of things.
If I cared at this point, I'd be stabbing myself in the throat with pencils so I could stop doing this.
So I guess maybe we'll just put it out there, Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, right. Last really big show. All right.
It took you a second to get that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't it take you a second?
Flash fiction.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Rick McIntyre. So Rick McIntyre, a good friend of ours, actually put in this amazing flash fiction with work.
Emma's Telltale Heart.
Woo.
And based on his experiences working at the Lizzie Borden house, basically his inspiration, because he works there as kind of like a tour guide, historian. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I'll just let me I'm just going into Rick's because
Oh,
Rick
yeah,
sent this
he's
to
great.
me. And Rick did a great job, and I wanted him to. I was so hoping he would send us something.
Yeah, that's great.
Basically Emma's Telltale Heart. He describes as a retelling of Poe's Telltale Heart from the point of view of Emma Borden, Lizzie's older sister, decades after the murders and the trial.
Nice. And also, he was at Oddball Festival, so which was pretty
Yes.
cool. Which was cool.
So I'll only read a little bit of this, but
Yeah, please
Emma's
do.
Telltale Heart. True, nervous, dreadfully nervous I had been and am, but why will you say I am mad? I have no disease, but that of obsession and true emotions forever to be hidden. All this has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all, my sense of hearing is acute, and for this I am grateful. I hear all the things in heaven and Fall River. Perhaps I even hear things in hell. Now then, am I mad? Then or now? Listen how beautifully, how calmly I tell my story. It is impossible to say how the idea first appeared, but once conceived, it haunted me. Object there was none, nor passion. I loved the old man. For his gold I had no particular desire. At best I can remember was father's eyes, his whole countenance, and how often its affectionate attention fell upon Lizzie. And so I made up mine to, that is to say, I find myself in agreement with whomever it was that planned to kill father, and the wretched old thing we were expected to call mother.
Ooh.
For myself, I was never kinder to Abby than in the weeks before her murder, because I was out of town that whole time. But let us say one imagines all the ways in which it could happen. So,
Ooh.
so yes. So look up the Lizzie Borden story if you feel like you're lacking, and dive into this. And Rick has been Rick is very good at telling his own takes on horror and ghost stories. So I'm so glad he was able to supply this for us.
Yeah, this is great, and I really respect Rick and his writing. So this is awesome that he did that.
Yes,
and also it really coupled with the work really well. The real artwork really coupled with it. Robin Young. I don't think I've ever seen Robin Young in our magazine the last couple weeks. So great. Have you seen
No,
her?
she's a first-time contributor.
Oh, amazing. What is that? Mixed media?
I would guess.
What is that? What is
Yeah,
that?
I would guess.
Digital? I don't know. Cool. I love it. All right, awesome. What a pairing there, Chad. Holy shenanigans. All right. See, I'm trying not to swear as much. Poem by J.M. Avelis. Our fish better than planes. John Engstrom again. Good guy.
Yes.
Met him once. Good guy.
This piece is our fish better than planes. And this all turned into like a theme of death for Wednesday. I've done enough themes for death on Wednesday. Unfortunately, we're writing a lot of death poems these days.
Yes.
So I find myself doing that a lot. So basically, it's like different theme or death. Oh, death, please. Yeah, it seems like everyone's changing it.
Many people was a death theme. So, oh, geez. Yeah. Can we go back to Count Cluckula, please?
Yeah, no kidding. But
that didn't hurt anybody. It was a chicken that was a count. Moving on. Poem by J.M. Avelis.
Okay.
Okay, our fish better than planes. John Engstrom.
Jesus, Jason. Okay.
Sad
so
boy.
the poem itself is superfluous sad boy philosophy.
Right,
Maybe we're all self-assessed, narcissistic when it comes to our pain, hiding behind a cover of self-pity, lest we might have to face its true initiator. The ghastly self-sabotage I see when I look in the mirror. Didn't Mainlander say the world is simply the rotten corpse of God, slowly coming apart around us, a place we are part of and still notably distant from it, maybe living inside a carcass that has given us a bitter taste under our tongues. Supposedly the worst thing to say might be exactly what I need. Get used to the smell of spoiled meat like the rest of us. Get up and do the dishes. You self-absorbed idiot. I tried to kill myself in March, by the way. I'll just leave it from there. But J.M. Avelis impressed me very much. A mixed-race writer and poet based in Southwest Germany. there is a fish reference later in the poem, which is why I chose the fish art from John Engstrom. And talk
Well
about
done.
fortuitous. I'm like, I should have something fish with. Whoa, hello. It was very weird. That was very weird providence.
It'd be and we're talking about a fish, not fish, bouncing around the room, because that would be something. You had a image of a fish concert, because that's what I would do.
Oh,
Because that would just be funny, because I'm an ironic guy. J.M. of Ellis is a mixed race writer and poet based in Southwest Germany.
What?
They, them. John Engstrom is a Boston-based artist, author, poet, a retired journalist, museum worker. He serves as art critic for the Fenway News. His collages and poems appear on Facebook and Divergence magazine. All right. Really? Ooh.
Excuse me. All right. Now,
Nothing better than your co-host yawning while you're reading your stuff.
dude, I've been up since 4. Give me some clemency.
Well, it's only 6:30 in the morning.
God.
All right.
We've only been waiting 5 hours for fucking this streaming service to get both of us on the same screen.
We're just kidding. Restream.
The last 5 hours feels only like 2.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Oh, look at this cool picture by Jennifer Matthews. Neat.
Yeah,
Then New York.
The poem by Renee Williams. I'm assuming this is New York. It was the same batch that included a Chelsea hotel picture that.
Oh, that we played the other day. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Lucifer in a Lamborghini. Who knew the angel of death drove a gray Lamborghini? Prowling the hilltop, hellion on fire, serpent of woe and warrants in 3 states, trolling for souls, trafficking in flesh and fentanyl. You told her that you were coming for her and that she'd better be ready. Did you mean for you or her maker? And
nice. It goes on.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Poison apple dangled,
Yeah,
irresistible temptation, muscled mass of ex-Marine, making sure to give her a choice. Were you racking up your body count on the west side instead of Baghdad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this was it's kind of weird. Like, these people did not submit to the horrorthon, but I almost see this as like an extension of the horrorthon, or at least a tribute to the Day of the Dead.
I'm digging it big time.
And I'll let you do the bios.
Yeah, okay. Renee Williams is a retired English professor who has written for Guitar Digest, Alien Buddha Press, and Fevers of the Mind. Now, I know Alien Buddha Press, and I probably have a pretty good idea what Guitar Digest is, but have you ever checked out Fevers of the Mind?
Yes. David Onan is someone who I think you should check out. You should probably send some work to him.
Yeah?
He does a lot of anthologies about musicians,
cool.
and and does poems about shall we say, like, about the differently minded and such. He's I think you two are kind of like definitely like 2 ships passing in the night that haven't seen each other yet.
Oh, really? Is that right?
Yes, you should definitely check out his stuff.
Okay, I will.
Or check out his publication, and also he has books. He seems to be putting together a new anthology on a musician. The last one I heard he was working on was one on Nick Cave.
Oh, cool, yeah. That's a bad
now, as for Jennifer Matthews, of course, numerous publications around the Boston area, both on display and in journals. Her book of poetry, Fairy Tales and Misdemeanors, been our most consistent contributor almost since the start of my tenure.
Yep.
And very grateful, and also brought the other Matthews clan members to the job. So much kudos to her.
Incredible. And what a pairing that was. Let's look at that art again. The Lamborghini, I'm guessing, was what made you, and also like the idea of like a strip of like a flashy angel of death, and like the big strip of city life. I'm guessing is what you were thinking, right?
Yeah, and this was, and this is a poem that's basically based on the loss of the author's sister, as you'll see in the comments. Yeah,
this is a true story.
I don't know how well as true as a poet can make it. I would
guess
because because the comment goes, "I'm sorry for the loss of your sister. Thank you for honoring her with this." And
oh, geez.
I know this. Well, I don't look. I look at the poem itself. I try not to look at the story behind it, or at least I try not to see if it's a poem. I don't care much if it's like true or not. But this is a powerful piece, even if you didn't know the full story. So kudos to her for that.
Yeah, this is very powerful, and I'm surprised. They have 2 comments from 2 people that found this. So.
Everyone comments on Facebook anyway.
Yeah, but this one, okay. Anyway, all right, moving on. Really good stuff. Really big show. All right, next one. It's all one thing. This seems like a normal.
I might actually read this whole thing because it's one of the shortest James Van Lloyd poems I've ever seen.
And it mentions the Bruins and the Celtics, so please, by all means.
Okay. Pure projection. That's just the way. That's his inflection.
Oh, yeah.
Pure inflection. All right. Pure projection. That's just the way it is now. That all the masks are so off, even though nothing changes. A Halloween All Hallows Eve, skeletons coming up everywhere, wearing Patriot famous numbers and Bruins and Celtics t-shirts, and those super immune system bats and spiders, cobwebs and caves. No wonder everyone is too afraid to talk about what's so really going on and on and on again and again, showing all of us their true colors. There's Jolly Roger and the skull and crossbones. X marks the exact spot to which pure projection has led us. Yes, we're out on the old borderline with the laser screens blazing away. Man,
he's awesome. Awesome, James. Good work, James. He really just does, he just really makes you think,
It's good stuff, man. I appreciated him. I appreciated this piece very much. It was more Halloween-y than the one we used last time. It was kind of crazy. Absolutely. I'm going to slip back in the Lake of Fire, and you can get to Bruce Wise. I just have to check one thing in the back.
All right.
The hellish gorilla in the back.
Yeah, what was your hellish gorilla's name again? Rex, was it? I don't know.
It was Mel. Thank you.
No, check the tape.
Rex is such a ruffian name. I'll be right back.
Rex.
I'm still listening.
For people named Rex, but Mel the gorilla, he's cool. Janet Cormier, bamboozled no more. Dear God, I hope you're doing well. Does that sound weird? Is it okay to make inquiries about your well-being and wish you well? I also want you to know I am thankful for your blessings. My worrying is not meant as an act of disrespect. As you know, I come by it honestly, an inheritance from a long line of warriors who worried about everything. At the same time, I feel that I should be more content and happier because I'm an adult who has acquired the wisdom, common sense, and maturity to know you love me unconditionally. Signed, Janet. Love it.
And Janet Janet's might be going back to prose, so I'm looking forward to seeing her play with that more, and mixing it up.
Nice. Yeah. I love Janet. You never know what she's going to put out there, but it's always great. And I love reading her every week. So thank you, Janet. And
now it's time to choose. And you start with the first 10 favorite Bruce Wise poems of the week, and I'll do the next 27.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a little music. Here we go. Wise words with Bruce Wise. Wise words with Bruce Wise. All right.
2 seconds. Use your favorite one.
All right. Just give me a second to look, because there is a billion of them.
That few.
Veritas. I don't even know how to say that. That's a long one. Meditation.
You're funny.
The day was blustery. That's the one Chad's going to use because it's like 4 lines.
I won't be that cruel.
Oh, geez. These are... All right. That one's really good. Be real. Okay, I'm not going to read that one. You're going to read the Scops, aren't you? All right. These are a lot. We're about 20 here. I love when you
just pick a long one.
Okay, I got it. He sometimes talks about phlegm. He sometimes talks about gross stuff, and I just found one. So
there we go.
Antifungal Strategies by Dr.
Yes.
Ubeck. He tried to make his body less appealing to fungi, that group that thrives upon organic matter, who bonsai. Okay, I said it wrong. Fungi bonsai. By lowering his carbohydrates, he would be less sweet. Then they would be less inclined to pause perchance to eat. And also, he would try to get outside where it was bright, to get out of the dark and let his realm be filled with light. This way, he chased the onychomycosis from his toe and tinea pedis from his foot, for it was time to go. He knew it was important that he wore his sandals in the locker room of the pool area where he would swim. Though there were lots of products he could use to keep him clean, he simply kept his nails aired, carefully trimmed, and neat. Dr. Wesley Ubecka is a poet of healing, not a medical doctor. And that was a poem about athletes' foot. Come on. It's
Very
amazing.
true.
It's amazing.
But to expand on that just a bit more, this is Bruce Wise is a person who writes poems in several personas. All the personas are named in using anagrams of his actual name, Bruce E. Wise. And let me see.
Just come on, man. I write like,
I'm having a bad day. Things are gray. Silence is sudden. Oh,
What's with
thunder.
that voice?
well, that's because like I'm a dumb poet, and he's a very, very intelligent poet. You know, like he's incredibly, he's a unique individual. Just I don't know.
About exercise, so I'm going to do an exercise poem. And don't forget, we actually have one more piece that we can't forget this time. So
I hope it's not 31 poems of hilarity, because that was just too much.
Not this time.
Yeah, that was
Not
something. All right, which one are you gonna read? The meditation poem?
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, where is it? Here we go. There's the Onstead Carousel. It's the last
Oh
one.
yeah.
He stepped up to the black elliptical with its heart tracks. It was time for his exercising on the training max. He started stepping left and right, up and down as well. His heart was beating slightly harder on Onstead Carousel. Yes, one could see him moving there, his feet up off the ground. He cycled through his regimen while yet not going round. He kept on going for as long as he was able to. His heart was pumping faster. He was striving to make do. His high-intensity workout continued on a pace upon his large and textured pedaled stationary race. But finally he broke it off so as to catch his breath, releasing hand grips, lessening his stress. Relax and rest. I like the relax and rest part. But we have one more poem to cover before
we all relax and rest and have a turkey sandwich.
Exactly. And we have, because the Pride section came back this week in full, which was nice, very nice. Who do we have next?
I love this. This is a Peterson, isn't it? Yeah.
This is Eric N. Peterson. I love his spare stuff. He's almost doing. It's like almost part Hirschman, part Keith Haring. It's kind of crazy.
This is a very beautiful piece of his work here.
I enjoy it a lot. I appreciate his work tremendously.
Yeah, this is like more artsy than his his stuff is often charged comedically or politically, and this is just really beautifully artfully well done. Oh, I love it. Love the colors and everything. Really big show. Go ahead, Chad.
Okay, well, this is from Stephen Mead, who's been a past contributor to Oddball, but this is his first, I think, Pride entry piece.
Mm-hmm.
The title of it is...
He Calls Me Honey.
Yes. Can passion match my fear, the cynical, the school of swoons, me of the barnyard breath, me of glass indulgences and training wheels of maturity, deliciously skidding, earth meeting air, where one becomes the other. A turn he's given me, an inward, the turning goes while somehow showing out. Whose mirror, whose horizon, eyes and timely oceans, a gazing landscape of spirits, how to manage the beads of them, the intricacy over my unusual armor. Here, naked lace from the breastplate, there a frill spilling, and me, some spool foolishly awhirl, faithful to disrobement, to being the man, woman, child, and honey without venom, should a spoon be raised and his mouth be gold. Stephen Mead is a retired civil servant, having worked 2 decades for 3 agencies. Before that, his more personally fulfilling career was 15 years in healthcare. Throughout all these day jobs, he was able to find time for writing and creating art. Occasionally, he got paid for the work. Currently, he is resident artist curator for the Chroma Museum, artistic renderings of LGBTQ1 historical figures. Is that what it says? LGBTQ.
I.
I. Oh crap! Wait a minute. What's the I stand?
Where's the A?
Thank you.
Falcons. Move on.
Historical figures, organizations, and allies, predominantly before Stonewall.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Wait,
wow.
there's a link. Should we go to his link? Yeah, let's go. To his link.
That does, I believe, go to his personal blogs page. I'm taking a look right now. Oh, yeah, it is his
This
personal
Chroma Museum. This is cool. Museum room, museum B, museum room C.
Check that out in your spare time. And for those of you who might be
Love it.
For those of you who might be LGBTQ, insert your own personal ending here, because sometimes it changes and I forget. We don't just want you. We don't want you to just submit for the Pride section. We submit every type of person. We publish every type of person as much as we can 5 days a week. But we also want to, but if you're looking for something that's like a celebration of Pride and a defense of it, as a reaction to the homophobia and the basically the attempt to legalize hate in too many states, then that's a good section for you to try out. But submit to any department of Oddball you feel fit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. The Chroma Museum. Check out this website, the Stephen Mead Chroma Museum. Very cool. All these different museums stuff. And more. Interesting. What an interesting website. Cool. All right. So I love that. And thank you for submitting. Thank you for submitting.
Again.
Stephen, we really appreciate it. And Eric, thank you again. Eric N. Peterson is from Atlanta, Georgia. He's been drawing cartoons all his life. He leans towards the absurd, imaginative, and the surreal, because that's where all the flavor is.
He's currently living in Georgia, but he's actually lived in a lot of places. He actually lived in Somerville for a time.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He's so he knows our area pretty well. And
I love it.
It probably helps make him be even better fit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our poets are Boston-based, so it makes sense. Anyway, my friend, what's going on Wednesday? What do you got?
Wednesday might just be an open mic because I've had like a few family emergency things here and there that I may be able to get a feature, but I think we'll have 2 features announced for the rest of the month because we have to do a feature for after Veterans Day, and I don't think I'm doing one for the week of Thanksgiving, but the end of Thanksgiving, hopefully those 2 features will be announced. I'd love to do it sometime tomorrow, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. I think we should do something like that. I'm just gonna stop this guy right here, and it's just me and you. You're still in hell, and I'm in a graveyard. So
there we go.
Thank you, Chad.
I'm slowly sinking in hell, and in the lake of fire.
And I'm slowly dying into the graveyard.
See you again the 4th of July.
Okay. Oh, I broke the chair.
Thank you, 3 listeners, if you're indeed not bots, and thank you, Jason.
Yeah. Thank you, Chadwick. See you later, buddy.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. All right. Before we go, I just wanted to do one last thing before we go. So real quick, let me just be all serious for a second. And I wanted to talk about 3 books that I read to my daughter, Emerson. So here, these are the 3 books because I think these are really good books. Okay, 3 books. So this is actually a pretty good segment. We'll call it 3 books. And it's 3 children's books that I just read to my daughter. So let's talk about them, shall we? And let's start with the first one I read, which I've taken out from the Walpole Public Library numerous amount of times. It's called I Am, Affirmations for Resilience. And what I love about this book, it's by Bella Barbosa and Adele Rodriguez. And what I love about this book is because it is, first of all, its design is incredible. You have to kind of look at the design of these images. I know this is backwards for you, but if you check out the images, hold on. You know what? What I'm going to do is to make this a little bit better for all of us to look. I'm just gonna mirror the camera, so that's what I look like. And okay, so it's called I Am Affirmations of Resilience. And affirmations for resilience, and it is beautiful. Take a moment and pay attention to your body. how do you feel on the inside? Your feet, your legs. So it kind of goes through like a mindfulness exercise, right? And then it says, when you're feeling scared of something new, stand tall, put your hands on your hips and say, I am brave. I love that. When your body feels out of control, sit with your hands in your lap and say, I am calm. My body is quiet. When you are feeling jealous or left out, put your hands on your heart and say, I am loved. This is from, I'm reading this to my daughter, but it helps everyone. When you're feeling mad and you're ready to move on, count to 5 and say, I am peaceful. I love it. All right. So that one is I am affirmations for resilience. Okay. Then I read The Voice in the Hollow. All right. These are all from the Walpole Public Library. This is Will Hillenbrand. Will Hillenbrand. Okay. This book is super duper cool. So what I like about this book is it's a really simple story about this this mouse that meets he goes out in the snow and the mouse is named Hubert Cumberbund and meets another mouse, and it's very scary, and he's in the woods. And I mean, I don't mean to spoil this book for people, but I am, because it's amazing. So in the middle of the book, so he meets this passenger, this woman, right? He meets this person, and he basically says, can we go into the woods together? So they go into the woods and they go through this little journey here. And this is where it gets really cool. So the images are really, really cool. Really, really great. If you can see right here, you probably can't see this, but you will in a minute. So they're walking in the woods. They're going through these mountains, and then boom. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to show you this. Then it opens up, and it has like a bears, because it's basically saying that the snow is like a storm of bears, that they're going through this storm of bears. And I mean, I know it's like a kid's story, but it's just so cool. And I won't really spoil it, but like that was really cool. All right, so then I read that poem. So this book. So that was really good. And then I read this book, Harlem at 4, by New York Times bestselling author Dr. Michael Datcher and Coretta Scott King Award-winning illustrator Frank Morrison. And this book is beautiful. So I just want to read a little bit of it. This just the flavor of this book is incredible. So let's read a little bit of it. So it's got the author's note and stuff. I definitely recommend. So the character's name is Harlem, right? So part 1, Harlem at 4. You blink awake. Hold on. You blink awake and your eyelashes brush. Look at this beautiful painting. A super daddy S across my beating chest. Sketch black girl magic on my heart-shaped canvas. Cameras can't capture your Malcolm X Boulevard corner speaker confidence. There's an awesome thing coming up here. Fears can't be photographed. Shutter speed too slow to frame you, right? Here's the one that I just died about. Like the government sought to cage Black Panther Afeni Shakur, the jury said not guilty before she gave birth to Tupac Shakur in Harlem. Look at how cool that is. And it goes on. It talks about, it says, listening to John Coltrane songs makes you sing a love supreme. Cloudy days make you kind of blue like your favorite Miles Davis record. We bond on Black Genius. And then it says, you take the A train transformed into my rideshare museum shoulders. Like, this is just like a excellent book. And then it goes even better. So it talks about Jean-Michel Basquiat, and then it talks about taking the A train home, and then it talks about the second part, which is beautiful. It talks about her dad and stuff, all this kind of stuff. And part 2 is about the creation of Harlem, where it says, in Harlem, New York's 4th year of the 20th century, the father of Harlem, Philip A. Payton Jr., became the proud parent of the Afro-American Realty Company. Papa Payton bought homes in Harlem, the birthplace of author James Baldwin, and rented them to brownstone-colored families because unfair white landlords blocked black moms and dads from white blocks, brownstones. That's not justice. And then it just goes on and talks about Harlem and people moving into Harlem. As loving pioneers of the great Black migration, Black is beautiful. And this is just a beautiful book. It really is. It's just a celebration of just pure beauty of the love of Harlem. Talks about Malcolm X and how Malcolm X Boulevard was originally it was Lenox Avenue originally because that's the founder of Harlem, but they ended up making it Malcolm X Boulevard because he was a black rose who preached justice on the concrete corner of 135th and Lenox to listening crowds, which included a young social justice activist and street corner poet named Sonia Sanchez. This book, 100%, 120% recommend this book to anyone. Any kid should read this book, Harlem at 4. So that's the segment. I'm going to call it 3 books that I read to Emerson. I am The Voice in the Hollow and Harlem at 4. If you're still listening to this, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it if you're still listening to this. And please consider going to our Gobble Wobble again on November 18th. It's going to be an incredible event. So thanks again for listening. I know we have a lot of jokes on the Oddball show, but we are super grateful for you listening. And also the Oddball show has, we have amazing guests as well come on the show. And me and Chad just love to have fun with Oddball Magazine. So thank you for enjoying what we do. My name is Jason Wright. This has been Oddball Show. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good night. Be well and read a book. Thanks. See you later.